In this video, I attempt to recreate binging with Babish's Millionaire Shortbread. And I say attempt because I did not succeed. And honestly, I still don't know what I did wrong. So let's review the footage together, and if you spot my mistake, please let me know in the comments. I started out nice and easy, lining a tin with aluminum foil and butter before starting on the shortbread. Half a cup brown sugar, 2 teaspoons vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons kosher salt, and 1 cup melted unsalted butter are whisked together, followed by 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And here's where the first stab of dread hit my heart, because mine looked a lot more oily than Babish's. It was almost tacky and left this residue on my hands. After docking the dough and sprinkling with raw sugar, it was into the oven to bake at 350 degrees for 17 to 22 minutes. And when it came out, I felt better. The shortbread had browned at the edges just like Babish. I figure I'm back on track. Half a cup unsalted butter, 1 14-ounce can sweetened condensed milk, 1 cup light brown sugar, half a cup corn syrup, half a cup heavy cream, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt is brought together on the stove over medium heat, simmering and whisking until it reaches 236 to 240 degrees. Pour, cool, easy. Now's where the real trouble begins. I think it's safe to say that Claire Saffitz did her utmost to instill fear whenever the words chocolate tempering are uttered, but it doesn't seem to be such a hurdle for Babish. He makes it sound so easy. So here it goes, my first ever attempt at tempering chocolate. Just finely chop 2 ounces of dark chocolate, and then over a double boiler, melt 6 ounces of chocolate and don't let it exceed 120 degrees. No, don't let it exceed 120 degrees. Don't let it exceed 120 degrees. Adding the seed chocolate now won't help you. What are you doing? Oh, I see. She's putting it in a cooler bowl to try and bring down the temperature. Now she's bringing out the big baking book to see if there's a way to save the chocolatey mess. And flipping and not finding the answer. Stand, stare, calculate the opportunity cost. All right, we are ready to start again, and this time everything will go right. So here goes, my second ever attempt at tempering chocolate. Finely chop 2 ounces of dark chocolate, and over a less powerful burner, melt 6 ounces of dark chocolate. Leave the camera where it is so you can completely focus on not letting the chocolate exceed 120 degrees. And yes, nailed it. Now quickly, stir in 2 ounces of dark chocolate and keep stirring until it reaches 82 degrees. My kitchen is quite hot, so I decide to employ the use of a cold water bath under the bowl to more rapidly reduce the temperature. Hit 82 degrees on the dot, poured the tempered chocolate over the caramel and set it in the fridge. Oh, man, I gotta tell you, this feels good. Yeah, that shortbread was kind of dodgy, but at least I could feel proud that after only 2 attempts, I successfully tempered chocolate. And you can tell that this is tempered perfectly because when I cut through the bars, you'll see there's a perfect snap, no bend whatsoever. Now that I've messed up this recipe, it's time for my favorite part, the tasting and the grading with my living taste tester. Taste tester, hello.
Hello.
Welcome. Thank you for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to CK Bakes After Dark.
After dark.
We're actually eating dessert at dessert time.
First
which
time.
we don't ever do, really. Today we are having binging with Babish's Millionaire Shortbread.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had Millionaire Shortbread?
I do not know what that is.
Okay. It is shortbread with caramel, which you hate,
Yeah.
and then tempered chocolate on top.
The chocolate looks beautiful.
That's really sweet.
Is it not properly tempered?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. I haven't touched it, but it looks like it is.
It's really not, and it's really sad.
It tastes good. It is kind of like mushing apart, and it's like kind of getting chocolate on my fingers.
The shortbread tastes nice. I think that the caramel tastes nice. I think the chocolate tastes nice.
Shortbread is the best part.
But we have some issues here.
We do have some issues.
So,
also, I think that if the chocolate were properly tempered,
yeah,
it would squeeze even more.
absolutely.
The problem would get worse.
I think the shortbread is kind of oily. Like if you touch the bottom, it's like leaving you
Like buttery.
like a buttery residue. Like there's so much butter in it.
For caramel, it's too runny.
I think for like this kind of thing that you're gonna bite into, you want something that's more firm because it feels like it's like coming out everywhere.
Like imagine like biting into like a Snickers. That caramel is like what you want here. You want that consistency.
Yes. Well, let's take a note because you hate caramel, and yet you're eating it.
Yeah.
So what's happening to you?
I think the reason that I like it is that it doesn't taste a lot like caramel.
You're
it doesn't
right.
have a strong. It's kind of just like a sugary layer.
You're absolutely right. It's made with brown sugar, and like that's kind of what it tastes like. Let's get into the grades. Walk me through your thought process here.
O is out of the question.
Ouch.
E is out of the question.
Ooh.
E would be perhaps in the conversation if it weren't for this.
So this is notable because I think we can settle on a grade, but if we're grading Babish's recipe, he didn't mess up the tempering. I did. You know what I'm saying?
The messing up of the tempering is not really affecting my grade here.
You just went like this.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But it's also like there's caramel on my fingers too. Like
Okay.
even if you got the tempering perfect, that caramel still has some issues.
And the shortbread is still pretty like buttery, oily.
Honestly, I'm very happy with the shortbread.
Oh, good.
I think it should be a little buttery and oily.
I guess there's something like off to me because my grandmother used to make shortbread, which I'm very familiar with, and that was much more short, still buttery, but like not like this. Like,
But
it didn't leave a residue on your hands.
I'm gonna go with A because it's got a lot of promise.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's not a perfect recipe.
I have to wash my hands.
I also have to wash my hands. I'd also really like to put my hair out of my face, and I can't because of this stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna give this an A for acceptable. Maybe even take into account things that I had done wrong, like not tempering the chocolate correctly.
Technical issues.
But I want to say we have tested Babish's chocolate chip cookies and we have tested Babish's brownies.
Yep.
This is the best Babish recipe that we've had.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Very good recipe.
A.
A for acceptable. I need to wash my hands now.
Yeah, it's really gross.
Okay. High five. Thanks.
Subscribe.